Hi, welcome back to my IGTV. Welcome back to my Facebook Live. Great news that I bear today. Financial Literacy Sunday is back, and we are back with good things, with good topics. We want to grow financially. If you're watching this from YouTube, my name is Sarah Ajiambo Wanyama. If you're new, this is where we keep it real, simple, and savvy. And we talk all matters faith, all matters finance, all matters fun. So, to the topic of today, we want to look at money market fund. Today we want to talk about money market fund. This is a question that I was asked by one of you guys on Instagram to tackle, and I want us to look into that. So these are the questions that one of you sent me. What is a money market fund? How do I start? How do I know the best money market fund? And another one asked, I have savings, I have saved, where do I start? So that's what we are going to look into today. So what's a money market fund? One, I want us to understand that a money market fund is a type of a unit trust, or some of you can call a mutual fund. What is a unit trust? A unit trust is a collective investment scheme. What I mean by a collective investment scheme is where individuals with the same goal come together, pull together money, and they give it to an asset manager who invests for them in places where individuals like me and you cannot invest. So they do it for us. So money market fund is under unit trust or stroke mutual fund. So what's a money market fund? From the name, it's a market where individuals pool funds together and give it to an asset manager or a fund manager who invests in financial assets, who invests that money in financial assets that are termed low risk. They are low risk because they are invested in short-term, we call them short-term debt financial vehicles of debt instruments. We call them debt instruments. So that is what a money market fund. In a layman's language, it's money pulled from many Sarahs, or pulled from Sarah, collected from Jane, and then that money is put together and then it's invested in short-term debt securities. They invested in T-bonds, treasury bills, certificate of deposits. They are also invested in commercial papers. So your money is invested in areas where you and me cannot be able to invest. So there are many benefits of money market fund. It's low risk. So low risk means there is zero or limited risk that you can lose your money in this type of market, because when the asset manager invests in those debt securities, he or she is assured that you will get your money back. Then your money earns interest every day because of compound interest. Money market funds work with compound interest, and their interest ranges between 7 to 11%. That's the main difference between saving in a money market fund and a bank account, a savings bank account. Because savings bank account, they use simple interest, and their interests are between 4 to 7%, which is low interest. And keeping in mind that there will be bank fees, there will be inflation rate that will affect your money, then money market fund is a good place to start. What kind of money should I put there? It's money that you if you have money in the bank and you know you will not use it in the next 5 or 6 months or in the next future months, this is where you can keep your money. Those who want to build their emergency funds, if you have not watched my video on emergency fund, you can find it on here on Facebook or IGTV, one of my IGTVs. I explained what is an emergency fund. So those of us who want to build an emergency fund, this is where you can keep your money because it grows every day. Those of us who are looking for something that they are risk averse, so they want something that is low risk, this is a type of investment that you can look at. As well as those who are starting their investment journey, you have never invested but you want to start, or you're saving for a short middle term or long term goal. What I mean is middle term, maybe you want to buy a car in the next 3 years, or you want to have to build your house. This is where you can, or you want to go for a trip, this is where you can save because it grows, your money grows daily. And then another thing, those of us who are in chamas and you're putting your money in your M-Pesa, that is, I don't know what to say about you, but that's dangerous. You can look into a money market fund and put your money there. So that's basically what a money market fund is. So what do you want to look at when you're choosing a money market fund? Number one, you want to look at the interest rate that these asset managers, who are asset managers, maybe you're lost there. Asset managers are people who operate this money market fund, like Britam, like Saiton, CIC, ICEA Lion, there is Zimele, there is all those money market funds. So those ones, we call them asset managers because you give them money and they manage it for you by investing in those financial assets. So you want to look at the interest rates that the asset managers have told you your money will grow, because at the end of the day, what we are looking at is your money growing. We want your money to grow, so you will look at the interest rate and then be careful. Sometimes you might go looking for a high interest rate, but they might be scam. They might be those asset managers might be scamming you or something. So look at the interest rate and look at the market. What other asset managers are charging, are telling you the interest rates are, and you can compare. And then you do your research more deeply so that you can be able to know which interest rate you can go with. Then number two, what is the fees that you're being charged? Asset managers, this is their work to invest for you that money. So there are fees that they will charge you for doing that work for you, so that they can be able to pay themselves, they can be able to grow their business. So you look at the fees, because if the fees management fees are high, that means your investment returns will be lower. Again, number three, what is the withdrawal maybe you can call it limitations or withdrawal terms. We are looking at, if I invest with you and I want, because money market funds are liquid. When I talk of liquid, is you can be able to invest and get your money in 2 or 3 days, and that's 4 days. You can be able to call your asset manager and tell them, I have an emergency and I want back my money. So they are able to give your money back. So what are your withdrawal limitations? What time period are they giving you? You want to look at that, because we have different we have different reasons why investing. The others, that's not where they are putting their emergency fund, but they are putting money for their long-term goals. The others who put money there for an emergency. So if an emergency arises, how quickly your asset manager will give you back your money is a question that you need to ask. Then number 4, you need to ask yourself, what is the minimum amount of money they need you to start with? So what's the minimum amount? I know Zimele money market fund just needs 100 shillings, and it's one of the money market funds that is doing well in Kenya. Saiton, you need to start with a minimum of 1,000. Britam, you need to start with a minimum of 1,000. ISEA Lion, their money market fund is called Digitrust. They need you to start with 500 shillings. So what is the minimum, and what can CIC and NCBA, they start with, I think, 5,000 Kenya shillings. That is the minimum amount. So you look at to what Sanmala, I think it's 2,500, and you look at what you can afford at that time and where what they are asking you. So, and then we also need to look at the minimum additional investment. What I mean by additional investment is the amount of money that you need to deposit after the minimum. Once you have opened an account with them and you have put maybe your 1,500, what do they require when you are adding? What's the minimum you can add? There are others that they do not have, like Zimele, that does not have a minimum additional investment, but Saiton has a minimum additional investment of 1,000. So that's what you want to look at. And then you need to look at their performance over time. How stable is the company? Is it regulated by CMA? Because some of us just go out there and ask, what is the best money market fund? And then when they are told, you do not do your research. Let me tell you, knowledge is power. So you need to research and have knowledge about their financial performance over time. How have they been doing? What are people saying about it? Call and ask. Some of them, like Saiton, has their statements. Each one of them, as long as they are registered by the CMA, they have their statements over time. Look at how they have been doing. How stable are they? What amount of risk does that company take? And is it at your level? Maybe you are risk averse or you love risk. Then you can compare which one you can get into. So I think those are the things you need to look at. Interest rate. What another important thing, what are they investing in? What are they investing in? I have said they mostly invest in treasury bills, treasury bonds, certificate of deposit, commercial papers. But others, like I know Saiton, invest in real estate. So you need to know, because this will determine how quickly you can get your money back. So, and how they can convert your investment to give you back your money. So you need to know what are they investing in. Now you'll be asking me, how will I know all this? Call before investing. Call your asset manager and ask these questions. Ask these questions. Get information. Google. If you want to know the interest rates, imagine these things are at the back of your newspaper every day. You can check them out and decide. So that is, in a nutshell, that is what a money market fund is. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. You will ask me, where do I start? Go buy a newspaper, check online and get those reports. Otherwise, I have mentioned a few. I have mentioned Zimele, I have mentioned Britam, I have mentioned CIC, I have mentioned ICEA Lion, I have mentioned Saiton, I have mentioned CBA, NCBA, and Samala. Those are some of them that you can check and check whether they are in line with your financial goals as per this year. So I hope this has been of help. Please share this video. Please, if you're watching this from Facebook, please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up to support it and put on your notification bell. Till next time, I love you. This is where we keep it real, we keep it simple, we keep it savvy, and we talk all matters faith, fun, and finance. Till next time, bye.